I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY. I'm here to bring you guys some real reality, okay? Y'all know these shows are so nuanced, especially Love and Marriage Huntsville, that even though I think I do a really good job at my review, there's some things that we can't always put in, or that I can't always put in, that I need further discussion on. And tonight, I had the pleasure of bringing on Miss Vanessa from Reality T Recap. This is a person that I follow over there on the IG child. Sometimes I even use her content because she posts all day, every day to talk to you about some things. Okay, so I want to make sure that everybody comes in and that y'all can hear the sound of my voice. Okay, if you can hear the sound of my voice, go ahead, drop your side dish into the chat so that we can talk about some things. And then I need to say hello to all my folks so that we can bring Miss Vanessa up in here. Okay, let's see who we got today. We got Gloria from St. Louis, and y'all know already. That's my St. Louis sister. I used to live over there for a long, long time, child. So thank you for coming in, supporting. We got Miss Lady D Keys in the house. She is a moderator for us tonight. I don't mind if we have different opinions, child, because y'all know we are. We're definitely going to have different opinions, but you know, keep it cute. We don't have to get into it with each other. Just throw your thoughts out there. So we also have Miss TIsha, who is not a moderator. She's a member. She's one of my members, and I love Miss TIsha. Okay, thank you for coming in. I thought I saw my sister in here. Where are you, sis? Miss Kit Kat, Miss Sherry, and we got Miss Ty. Child, why are you screaming in all caps already with the Lord? Come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My sister isn't here yet. I thought I saw her. She'll be here shortly, I'm sure. We also got Miss Baby Peaches, another member. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who is in the chat right now. Let me bring up my girl Vanessa, child, because we got plenty to talk about with these folks. Y'all see the pictures? Let me bring up Miss Vanessa. If I can, hold on.
Hi.
How are you, honey?
I'm good, and you? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Absolutely, child. Did you get yourself some tacos today?
No, but I got my margarita.
Good. I had some chicken tacos earlier, so I feel like I'm, doing my part. But welcome to the
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you coming in. I was letting the audience know that I really like you, girl. I like all the stuff you do over there on the IG.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to have you host you on my platform today while we talk mad stuff.
Yeah.
These ladies right here. So yes, come on in, everyone. So yeah, I'm not even going to hold y'all. We're going to get it started. I don't know if you have an opportunity to watch my reviews. Do you like Love and Marriage Huntsville? Is that a show you follow?
I love Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm a watcher of all things. All things reality TV. I do not discriminate. It's like whatever you want to talk about, I'm pretty sure I'm watching it. So, but yes, I love Love and Marriage Huntsville. I do.
Me too. I've always been a big fan, and I know that there was a shift with the audience, but I think that Love and Marriage Huntsville is one of the most nuanced shows that's in regards to storyline. And I'm a person who likes to, figure things out. So that's why I love it. Like I can watch it all the time and be like, oh, this is what's going on, So that's one of the things. But also, what was I going to say? Right now, TIsha and Destiny, two of the, I would say, probably weren't liked very much in them early seasons. What's going on now and how these tables have turned for Destiny is shocking for me,
Right.
because I would admit I was a person who could not stand Destiny and like when
Agreed. Agreed.
in the beginning, but I'm appreciating what they're bringing to the table this season. How about you?
Same. With Destiny, I agree. I did not care for her when she left. Didn't bother me one bit. To see her come back. I mean, she's still not married, still not showing us a relationship, but she's showing us dating. She opened up, and I just appreciated her showing us her story with her mom. I felt like she brought a lot to the table. If I'm being honest, I feel like she carrying. Of course, I love me some Miss Nell, but I feel like she's carrying this season. So I am surprised, same as you, to see how the tables have turned for her.
Yeah,
But I'm happy for her.
me too. And I've always said if you just stick around long enough, them tables are gonna flip.
Yeah.
No matter
It's
who
always somebody else's turn to be the villain. It goes around and around.
this turn. That's exactly right. I agree. I agree. So let's talk about them a little bit. Destiny and TIsha, what went down on Saturday night's episode.
Mhm.
One of the things in particular that, well, first of all, let me ask you, you tell me what you thought of that entire scene before I even give an opinion. What was your thoughts? Like what shocked you? What, did you learn anything new? What were you surprised?
I was I was surprised that there wasn't more questioning at Kimmy around what did you go tell TIsha that caused her to show up at Destiny's open house. So rah, like and she did jump in eventually to say, you know what? Well, she didn't say it wasn't malicious what she said. It was a joke. To me, that conversation with Kimmy wasn't in a malicious way. It was more of like, a joke. But I just felt like I want to see what did Kimmy go back and tell TIsha. Like, I really wish we could see that because whatever she said, she put some sauce on it, in my opinion, and caused this to. So I mean, they already were butting heads back and forth, and this was just the cherry on top. But I was more surprised that there wasn't more questioning about what did Kimmy actually say and come back and tell you.
Agreed. I said the same thing. Even when it went down, when TIsha was over there, I said, well, because we all saw the scene. Like,
Right.
did nothing that would have caused all that extra energy in her saying that she was having flashbacks from when she was a kid. I was like,
Right.
girl. And
Right.
yesterday, when she made the post about having film, she was like, I just had a
Mhm.
hard film day. And I was like, well, you didn't really have any beef with anyone except for Destiny. So the assumption was it was with Destiny.
Same.
Um, Even then, I was like, I wonder how she saw herself, because one of the things we've never heard TIsha do is say, I made a mistake.
No.
Made a mistake with how I handled you, or, you know, someone brought this information back to me wrong. So for her to go live and make that statement, I was like, ooh, now I'm curious if her and Kimmy are going to be into it, or what.
Yeah. What
But
was the tough conversation and with whom? I had the same questions. Automatically, I thought Destiny, but same. I was like, well, it could be with Kimmy. Like, did you see this back and have different thoughts? Because yeah, to tie that conversation back to childhood trauma, which honestly I felt like the childhood trauma had more to do with her speech from what she was saying, which Destiny did not mention her speech or make any jokes about that. But yeah, I'm
you think that
excited.
he misunderstood what Tourette's meant?
Maybe.
Because when Destiny says that at the open house, when she was like, I said you have friendship Tourette's, TIsha asked, what? And then she the way she responded, I was like, she doesn't understand what she meant by that.
Yeah,
And
maybe
I,
that's a possibility.
which is still bad. Still bad. But I was just like, girl, if you flipped out and you didn't even understand. So that was the first thing. Let me ask you this other question. Destiny said something very interesting. She said it twice in the scene, in the open house scene, and
Mhm.
then again with TIsha. She accused TIsha of being there for her when she's down, and when she's, doing well, she said she senses that Tisha doesn't see it for her. Like, you prefer me when I'm down and out and calling you and asking you for help. How did you feel about that statement? Were you shocked by that?
I don't see it that way, honestly, so it was a little shocking. I think I also was shocked by Tisha's claim that Destiny is not a good friend. It's just like both of them to me are just reading each other wrong. They're not making good sense of their friendship, and it's more become insulting to each other. But I don't, because I mean, I think because when Tisha is there for Destiny when she's down, it's more off camera and conversation. So maybe I just don't see it that way, that it's only when she's down. But I felt like, honestly, Tisha aligned herself with Destiny, not because she really wants to be good friends with her. It was more of an alliance because she was on the outs with Mel.
She was on the outs with
He
Mel.
was. So
So,
was it ever really genuine? I'm not sure.
and everybody questioned that. But the one thing I'm gonna say is season 9, when Destiny came back, Destiny was under like emotional, mental, you name it, warfare, right? I mean, her ex-producer came on, someone
Mhm.
who knows a good majority of her life, married to a man she has been on again, off again with since she was a teenager. Wild. Even though people are like, that wasn't your husband. I'm like, do you have any idea
It's still wild to me.
how, yes, that would make you take a long walk off a short bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That was wild. And then for that same producer to have a Saturday Night Live, even though people are like, Destiny had a live, Destiny had 30 people at best on her lives. There was never over 100 people. It was always like this, small amount of people. And she would delete it right after because nobody listened that much. But her ex-producer had hundred, like, 500, 700 on a live. And then
Mm.
every YouTuber and who else? The viewers, they were on there saying things like she shouldn't have her child. That I hope her ex-husband take her child away. I don't think that people understand the gravity of some of the things that was going on with her in that season. And the only person that, because this is what I was thinking about when after I had watched the show. I
Mhm.
was like, when Tisha was like, she kept saying, I was there for you. I chose you over everybody else and you didn't do it for me. I was thinking she's referring to Sunny. Like, remember Destiny and Sunny almost get into it?
Mhm.
And Tisha was like, do you want me to, boot up? Do you want me to boot up? Or she even says to Sunny, I think, or her and Kimmy are having a conversation.
But was everybody that great of friends with Sunny, or was just Sunny their producer? Why would you need to choose Sunny over Destiny that's actually supposed to be a friend?
You wouldn't. That's exactly right. But that's what she's bringing up. Because when people are like, well, Destiny went too low, I went, did you not see Tisha do the same thing? Because that's what she was saying in that moment. I chose you, and you should be choosing me over Martell. But Destiny and Sunny weren't friends.
Right.
No, nope. Hold on. Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting concept, and I do agree. The other thing is with Tisha in particular, because Destiny is so far from who she used to be,
Mhm.
I think, this season. But Tisha used to always complain about how Melody would make her feel bad with the things she would say. Like, she has a way of saying things and using certain words to make me feel bad. And this time, it's Destiny who's saying, you're doing that to me. You're trying to make me feel bad by saying X, Y, and Z. And I just thought it was an interesting flip that Tisha is doing the exact same thing that she used to accuse Melody of doing.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, same exact thing, and it's almost starting to give victim. It's like you have a grief every episode about something. It's like you understand where Destiny's coming from. Like she can't do anything right in her eyes. It's like she picks apart everything. I don't know what it is about just her friendship with Destiny that it's just she wants to pick that apart limb from limb. Meanwhile, Destiny is making good sense. Like her logic, her reasoning, her conversation. I keep seeing her. It's almost like she's hitting a brick wall. Like every conversation, she's trying to be logical, be a grown about the conversation. And, you know, you saying stuff like, I can't trust that hoe. I'm going to put it in the don't trust that hoe box. Like, huh?
Right. I agree. Yeah, even that. That's the other part. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. When she was like, you know how I feel about X, Y, and Z, why would you bring, Martell and what he did? And you know how Destiny feels about being called a hoe. Like, why would you do that? Even you think you're joking, but you know that's not a joke.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. That TIsha's an interesting character this season.
Right.
She
And the flashback shows that Destiny had her back even in that whole Martell situation. And we're past that. Your husband done sat down with Martell. They may not be best of friends, but they already moved on from that. And let's not act like TIsha don't follow everything her husband say do. So if he already squashed that, we're past that. Like I felt Destiny when she said, like, the list just keep getting longer of what she mad about. It's like you digging up old stuff that you probably didn't let go when you said you actually did. And here we are.
And here we are. The other thing I agree with you 1000%. The other thing I agree with Destiny saying in the scene is don't make me die on the cross for something you can't choose yourself. And it was really a blanket statement across everything because Marceau was the one who kind of planted the bug in TIsha's ear. Don't trust Destiny because of Martell. But in the same respect, you film with them, you do all the things with them. So why am I being singled out for what you yourself can't stop doing?
Right. And we haven't even seen Martell that much this season. Like, why is that even?
I know.
More him on Birmingham Bell Collective than we seeing of him over here.
He had a bigger scene on Bell Collective.
Like, I don't even get why that's a thing.
I don't know. I swear, I think Martell is such an easy target that because Destiny implied in an interview that the whole TIsha's whole entire thing was made up. She doesn't have a beef with me. This is just made up because she doesn't want to bring any of her life to the show, which is that's pretty much of a gut punch.
Great observation.
So I was like, girl, yeah, you might be on top of something. But come on in, y'all. Welcome to the chat. And I hope everybody is following Reality Tea Recap, Miss Vanessa.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me see. Did I put any other notes down here? This is pretty much it. I just wanted to point out those things that I'm just curious of how this storyline is going to move forward, if they're really able to bury the hatchet and move forward, because Destiny was ready to quit.
Yeah, like what was in those drinks at that drag show? Like, I need two because we got Trish over here telling all her business. We got Nell over here trying to get them chicken wings down while she out there going back and forth. And I think the breaking point with Destiny is when she said that she like tried to ambush her with Martell, which I think from a optics of it or what you're putting out there about her is that she like brought an aggressive man to the situation or something, like made it an ambush on a woman with a man, and she didn't want that label or that opinion about her out there, and that just she snapped after that. But what was in those drinks? Give me two, because they was a mess in that empty drag show. That must have been a personal show.
Girl, I said, there's nobody even at this doggone building. Okay, I might have to go down there and see what it's all about myself. But
I think they did a personal show.
I went, y'all got two drag queens. The other girls had to leave. It was just a cast. Nobody else was there. But yeah, I agree. I think that Destiny is so upset, especially because she thinks TIsha should know. Don't tie me to covering for Martell, any of those things, because that's ruined my life essentially, to some degree. And now she feel like she's trying to come up from under that. But I agree. I think she thinks TIsha did the ultimate
Yeah.
crazy to her. But yeah, okay, girl. How do you feel about Nell Fletcher and what they got going on, their family situation with Twan?
I with Twan, I just don't understand why he went on. Was it a date with Destiny or not? I don't know what that was. It was giving date to me. I have no idea why he went on this date and made like this was a rumor about him and Kayla just for it to be something that's actually happening. Why would you even bring that up? Like, if it was something that you're not figuring out, it was like, okay, are you tired of just bodyguarding at the club, not really guarding any bodies, but you just really security? You're not a bodyguard, you're security. But I'm trying to figure out, like, why would you bring that up? What was your point? You trying to get in? You need a couple storylines?
I think so, probably that. And I think maybe because the way Chris Fletcher and Nell at the end were like, we're gonna have to talk to everybody about this. Because I said he's flirting with the sister, cousin, or whatever she's supposed to be, Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
You have Kayla, who they didn't even know was interest that those two were interest, and it looks like Destiny is being passed around. I think that's pretty. and Nell Fletcher, since she did go and talk to both her, Lance and him, and say, listen, I'm not even cool with this part. So if she said I'm not cool with you dating my friend, you know damn well she's not cool with you dating her daughter.
Yeah.
And I think that he's probably feeling guilty, or maybe he really has an interest in Kayla and he just wanted Destiny to, give him 50 feet. I don't know.
I don't understand that at all. If he wanted Destiny to give him 50 feet, he should have been upfront about it. Not say, "Oh, did you hear this rumor about us?" Yeah, I mean, I just trained her and made like it wasn't nothing, and then we're watching Kayla sit down getting grilled by Nell and Chris.
Being grilled.
And now I'm thinking, also, Kayla, if she does have feelings for him, I would be thinking, well, why was you sitting down with Destiny anyway? Like, why was Destiny even able to bring this information back to my parents? Like, what is that about?
I agree. And I also want to know if Nell is able to see Kiki flirting with Twan, then how are you feeling when you see someone that's very close to your sister, essentially, your play sister? How do you feel when you're watching that happen?
Yeah.
But
And what did they say about Twan? I didn't know he was that much old. I don't know his age, but I didn't know he was that much older than Kayla and his son. What did they say? He's been married before too?
Married, 2 teenage kids.
Right.
Someone in my chat had put, because I was like, when did this whole godson thing happen? Apparently, there's a huge age gap between, I guess, Kayla and Lance. And they said before Nell had married Chris, that's her best friend's son. And
Okay.
so that I guess there might be a 15 to 17-year age difference is what people are saying in my chat. I was like, first of all, he looks amazing. I mean,
right.
Them kids at the daycare is running Miss Kayla down, if that's it. I said, girl, y'all could be the same age.
Yeah, I did not. That's why I was saying, like, they have a huge age gap. I didn't even.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So they said that was the situation. So I was like, if that's the age gap, and we'll find out hopefully next week or this Saturday. But if that's the age gap, I guess I would be upset too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be upset too, and I would mostly be upset because why are you, throwing that thing around on my entire family? I'm gonna need you to go away, sir.
He wants to be on this show. I think he really wants to have. He don't want to keep just filming little segments with Destiny. He wants a place on this show, and that's his way in. I don't trust his motive just because, again, the way he told Destiny about his relationship with Kayla, I don't trust his motive. And I will say, at first I was like, well, damn, why now so upset? That's her godson, right? But then after they sat down and she explained more, I said, oh, okay, now I get the concern, because I think they think Kayla is that's like her golden child that doesn't have it, not like Lance, not going out and having babies with different mothers and stuff like that. She knows the daycare and can kind of carry on her legacy. That's kind of like, I think, the child she's closest with.
I think so.
Yeah, so it was like, but then when they explained it, and even to see Chris to say he was concerned, because he always so nonchalant and like, oh, it's okay. But I will say, at the end of the day, Nell's kids are grown. I want her to take that off her plate. She has so much on her plate. It's like you can't control these grown these grown people.
Right.
But that seems to take up so much space and stress for her, on top of Chris's license revoking and, dealing with the grief of her mom. Like, I really want her to take the children piece off her plate. You can't control what they do.
You can't. I think that she probably will. When she made an attempt to cut them off financially, that's the best way to stay out of their business. But until she get them completely weaned off of her purse, she'll always be in the kids' business, unfortunately for her. They're asking, why didn't Twan know his own god sister? I guess there may have been a break somewhere after she has Lance. I guess there's some sort of break with her and her friend, and then they meet up later, and then he's reintroduced to the family. That's what was put in my chat on Sunday, yesterday. So I'm not sure. The real question is, why producers show it in the story? Why would producers show it in the story?
Because they messy.
All right, y'all. This is a show.
But that's a great question. I was wondering too, like how did they only meet through them working together? But that makes sense. If Nell and Twan's mom had a break in their friendship, that makes sense. He's only around for the show. I'm so convinced. Like, I don't think he's someone that's always at the dinner table. I really think he's around for the show, and came around because he got in with Destiny, and here we are. I don't think Lance hangs out with him often, because Lance outside, okay? Lance is definitely, in my opinion, just taking advantage of the little fame he getting out there in Huntsville from the show.
Girl, okay, he said, I don't care what my mama say. Okay, she done raised my
outside.
The lady, look, that's why she told him on the last episode, you need to pick a better caliber of woman, okay? Because she already know the ones that you're picking is the ones that's giving it away.
Yeah. And then even Nell being in the midst of his child mother and that relationship at his birthday party. And it's like, this girl, I'm looking at this girl like, you really think that Nell can control what he does? Or you think being on her good side is going to help you with the relationship? No, it's not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree. All right. The last couple on this show, or the last storyline, was Trisha and Ken. Like, she dropped. Listen, she had so much liquor, she forgot.
She had a Michael.
Started off. I was like, girl. Okay, who do you think she spent the block with?
I was wondering, is it the estranged husband? Is it Marquez? That's my thought, because I don't know who else it would be, but that's what I was thinking.
Right.
I wanted her to give a name so bad, the way she was sipping on the martini glasses. I wanted her to drop a name so bad, but that's what I think.
Yeah, Destiny was afraid to ask. Outside of saying, was it Martell? Then I'm gonna leave it alone, because you could say anything, and I don't want to cause any problems. But yes, I said the same thing. Do you think that well, we know that her and Ken have broken up.
Mm-hmm.
He made that announcement.
Yeah.
But, so what do you think is going to be his storyline for next season, when they come back to this show? Because they've had such a disjointed, I think anyway, storyline.
Yeah, for me, first of all, Trish is not a good storyteller. Every conversation, I am confused by her, because it's always, well, and closing the eyes, and like, I can never follow her timeline. It never makes sense to me. But I am honestly waiting to see, because I haven't personally seen where Ken has, like how we see Destiny filming with Martell, we see TIsha saying she filmed her first scene. I haven't seen that from Ken or Trish. Honestly, I've only seen where Ken is promoting voting for Dr. Heavenly. I saw that earlier today, but I would be surprised if they come back. Like, what do we do with them at this point? And I guess my question is too, are they still pursuing their business venture together that she was talking about? I think, the gym, and she's leaving her career. What are they doing now?
True. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, Saturday's episode, she says me and Ken are, going to do this training thing.
Mhm.
They have. I know Ken said he signed his contract. They
Okay.
started filming on the 29th of April, so last week, I think.
Okay.
They already started filming, but if they are broken up, that's the thing. And I've seen Ken film with like Marceau. He's filmed with Martell. He's actually okay by himself filming with the guys. I actually am, and for what he does, it's fine.
Yeah, but that conversation most of the time with Mark when he is filming with the guys is
About Trish.
usually centered around Trish. Even when he meets with Will, it's centered around Trish and her fat finger and her emojis on Lance's post. So it's
That's
like,
true.
what
That's
do we
true.
talk about if you're not contemplating your relationship with Trish for the thousandth time? Do we see him as a single man dating? Do we see the travel nurse? I'm here for it.
Interested in seeing him with somebody else?
Yeah, I would
You
be.
are? Okay.
I mean, something where they actually get along and it's progressing towards something. I don't know. I personally always felt like Ken thrives in side dude energy, where he likes to come in and be the savior or the one that take care of the kid or show you better or take care of things. I don't know if he thrives as an actual boyfriend,
You know,
but I would be interested to see him dating kind of like we see Destiny dating. I'm here for it.
I agree. I agree with that. I think that since we've seen what Trish and Ken were together, that if we're going to see another side of them, we have to see them with someone else.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add to the Love and Marriage Huntsville tea?
No, I think we covered it.
We covered it. Okay, girl. All right, let's talk about Bell Collective Birmingham. Thumbs up or thumbs down? What you got, girl?
It's like in the middle right now.
Okay. What do
Um,
you don't like about it?
I like seeing Stormy business side. I take from it. I think it's educational for Black women and entrepreneurs, watching her kind of go through her business, even down to the boxes and setting up the lives and her party and launch promotion. I actually enjoy that. What I don't like is the beefs. They seem curated
Oh,
off of nonsense. This whole mop comment with Tiffany, I don't, this whole thing with the whole with Kayla not speaking. It's like you can't speak first. None of it makes sense from a standpoint of like nobody's husband was stole, nobody's money was stole. Like these, it's just giving, well, y'all have to have some type of
beef,
tension going on. And
conflict.
it's not based on anything that deep.
Women who make that kind of money don't have that kind of time. Basically, I said the same thing. I said Kayla probably has the most genuine storyline, and I like her a lot. But when Amber introduced herself as a CFO and she was like, "That girl doesn't speak to me," I was like, "Who has that kind of time? Nobody pays attention to that girl."
Yeah. And
No.
if you came in and you noticed her first, like, listen, I'm no, I'm no etiquette queen here, but are you just expecting her to speak first because you were there and she came in? Like, what is it that you can't speak first? I don't get it.
And you should have some tricks up your sleeve at this point in your life. Like, you don't get to be that without knowing how to, introduce yourself. I don't
Correct.
know. I agree with that. That got under my skin when I first saw that storyline. I was like, I don't like this for Amber. I don't like that this is how she was introduced. Stormy and Tiffany, though. I think Stormy is, I agree, solid with what she has going on in showing her business. And I know that there's so many ways of thinking about what a person who should be successful looks like, talks like, however they handle themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is a real smart way to see that really, if you just have, because Stormy's very talented. She's very like creative.
Very busy, yeah, business savvy.
I think she got her business degree maybe 2 years ago from like Princeton or
Mm-hmm.
Yale, or like she said she had 23 credit hours left, and then she decided to do it at Yale, wherever she did it. And I was thinking, who has that kind of time? But we know that when she has her mind to do something, she can do it. And I think that those are, if people are able to put themselves on TV and have people watch that, I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see her get into BS arguments with people.
No. I said I kind of want to see her be like the Shawnee O'Neal of it, where she just comes in, she's about her business, but I don't want to see her get in the ring and fight over nonsense. Do I think, I'm gonna be honest, I've been more team Tiffany, to be honest. I do feel like at times Stormy and Fumi have an alliance where they are both upset with Tiffany. Now, do I think Tiffany sometimes her delivery and some of the things she says may be interpreted wrong, even though she doesn't maybe have that intent?
Hmm.
But I don't want to see that from Stormy, especially coming from Love and Marriage Huntsville, where you were upset with Mel saying that she wasn't protecting you from the mellometers and they're showing up and you went through that. Why would you then kind
Push
of
that
do
kind of
that?
way.
Right, push that same narrative or then turn that into something like that for Tiffany. I don't know.
Interesting. I didn't think about it that way. Good point, though. I didn't think about it that way in the beginning. But it feels like they're trying to figure out who's going to be the queen bee of the show. By the time we got to the end of Friday's episode, I was like, okay, Tiffany is clearly, she has a lot of connects. She's connected to the mayor. A lot of people have sent me messages saying that she's a big deal in Birmingham, which, that's cool. But she has a big personality, and people are either going to like her or hate her, and she
Yeah.
seems to be okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear, like, I think Tiffany was a different girl in a different lifetime, and she's saved now. But I think she's scrappy. I think like, she's not gonna be like a Fumi or a Kayla, where they seem to want to be in Stormy's good graces because of the opportunities or the connections that she may have. They're just falling in line, in my opinion, where Tiffany is not afraid to speak her mind or ruffle feathers. She doesn't seem to need that same partnership or hand holding. And I like that. I don't know. I like that about her.
Interesting. I said that if, because right now that's the only person Stormy has beef with is Tiffany. But Tiffany is strong. Even when everybody's like, well, you're the only person not invited. She took that with such grace, like, okay, well, I'll be in Atlanta doing X, Y, and Z. When people are talking about it around her, she could care less.
Oh, what was y'all doing on the couch promoting the product? Yeah, oh great. You was an employee. Yes, I love it. I love it.
Right. Even when the producers are trying to get her to say stuff, she said, I'm not going to talk about that right now. I said, well, the girl is not going to be taken up off her throne. She knows exactly what people want from her. She's not going to give it, which is why when that scene closes at the end, it is like significant, like her saying, I know what you want from me and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bow to you, basically.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it out of me. Yeah, I like that she can stand on her own. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, in that sense, I'm interested in it, but I need Stormy. I agree. Either be the Shawnee O'Neal. I didn't even think about it like that, girl. But you're gonna have to say you're fired. If that,
Thank you for your services.
your services are no longer needed. Take that, and then you get to walk off. All right. How do you feel about Miss Kayla, child, dating that old man?
When I tell you I had to go and look up the laws in Birmingham of what's the consenting age as an adult, and it is 16. Because I was like, you met him at what age? 17, 18? You started, you were at Hooters, but okay, she said she was a hostess. And then,
It
but
was,
because I was like, even though, say it again?
it is 16.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Past tense. It's still 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked it up. You know what? I did the math. That's how crazy I am. I did the math for how old she is and him and went back to see what was the laws at that time, but it is still 16. And because she made it seem like she lied to him about her age, but if you were sitting down at your job at Domino's having a conversation on your 18th birthday to tell your mom, he knew how old you were. So I did want to look into that. I was more interested in that about her. And yeah, and then even the dude she's dating now, I mean, he's not as old as her ex-husband, but he's still pretty much older than her. And just seeing her at the live when he came in, like, oh, that's my sense of security. I'm so happy he's here. I'm still trying to figure her out. I know she mentioned, her father passed at a young age, and it seems like to me that's playing a part, but I'm still trying to figure Kayla out.
You are? Okay. I like her. I agree with you. I'm still trying to figure it out as well. I think she's a very strong person on the show, though. Like, and similar to Tiffany, I know who I'm about, and I'm not going to let you punk me or push me into spaces I don't want to be, which I love that about the cast, except for Amber. Amber, I'm not sure still, but everybody else is doing well. Anyway, those are the ones I like the most. How about Fumi? Because Fumi seems to be one of the fan favorites.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Really?
I keep saying, well, where's the meat and potatoes with Fumi? I haven't seen it yet. I think for us as content creators, we're looking at it like, well, how do you talk about her? I haven't been able to figure that part out yet.
Yeah, I call her Miss Can't Get a Word in edgewise. She gonna talk your head off. The crazy thing is, I used to follow Fumi because long before reality recap is what it is. I tried to do mom content for a very short stint before I realized getting two toddlers to cooperate really ain't my thing. I want something that's just for me. And I was following Fumi, and if I'm being honest, I looked up to her, to like her lifestyle brand and everything she was doing. But to see her on this show, I'm a little disappointed. It's not the personality that you see in a 30-second minute reel. To me, is different than we're getting on the show. And I don't really care for him. Call me old school, old fashioned. I don't really care for how she talks down about her husband, about, oh, he doesn't need to be involved. I don't need his opinion. I'm just going to spend his money. It's the more and more she talks about it, even with Martell, it's not landing for me. I don't know if her content creator personality is translating when we see more of her here. I'm not really liking her.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Interesting. I don't have an opinion about her yet. When she first came on, I thought, because I've never heard of her before, I just started following her with the show. But I thought, are we supposed to see her as a Black princess? Like she's just like having her sister and her husband and her children say, you're doing too much financials, trying to spend all the money. I thought, oh, well, I mean, again, how do I place her as a character on the show? I don't know.
I thought we were going to see more of her content creation. Like she's really a big deal in that space of lifestyle, fashion, mom, content. I really thought she was going to kind of be in the same light as Stormy, but show us her business from, she has brand deals. She's always making content. I just thought we would see more of that and not just her trying to move into a house beyond her means. I don't know. And talk about her husband, like spending all his money and her not getting him anything over $20. I don't know, but I just thought that's what I thought she was going to bring to the show, but we have yet to see any content creation.
Okay. Well, I hope that this is just a bad situation with production because it sounds like she has a lot of value, and it's just not coming across that way. But yeah, right now it is giving that pampered princess, whatever. And it sounds like she should really be holding her own. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on her and try to figure her out too. Okay. Let's move on to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Girl.
God. Okay, child. We're gonna start with Miss Pinky Cole first. All right. Tell me your thoughts on what's going on with her and her husband and this money situation. Like, how have you ever heard of this before? Is anybody this strong?
First of all, I'm an oversharer. I tell my husband more than he cares to know. So no way would I be able to keep something to this magnitude away from him and not tell him. Not to mention, he got the money to get you out of this. I would have been told him, like, why publicly go through these bankruptcies? And then, she's put out a few requests to the judge asking to seal the documents because me being one of them, be all in her business and know everything and posting the court documents and
Girl,
things
I
like
saw what
that.
you posted yesterday, and I was like, oh, but yeah,
So
go ahead and tell that story.
there's no way I would go through this, especially knowing I'm about to go on this show. I don't care how strong you are. That's what you're married for. I just wouldn't.
I agree. I agree. Okay, so yesterday you posted some tea. That's what I wanted to talk about, child. That's part of it about Miss Pinky. And I'm not gonna lie, my brain immediately thought, well, I wonder if this has anything to do with her not telling her husband.
What part? What do you think about it? Are you talking about the CFO?
Indictment.
Okay. So the CFO indictment, I was just getting my notes. That his name is Aaron Madison, I believe his name is. He's the former CEO of Bar Vegan, which is tied to Slutty Vegan. He was indicted on a few things. Let me just look at it. Yes, theft by taking, first degree forgery, and money laundering. And now I will say some people were trying to tie that to she had a lawsuit around the same time with employees saying that like their pay was withheld, their overtime was withheld. They're not tied together. That's only speculation. She settled that for about $25,000 with the employee.
Okay.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I just think she wants to be so independent and not, he's in the spotlight and selling cheesesteaks like hotcakes. So maybe she doesn't want, but I would have my husband help me. He definitely has the money and just as many franchise locations as her. I would have him help me. I don't understand at all. But from what I hear, this is just hearsay from an alleged ex-employee that was in my DMs that Pinky started out hiring a lot of friends and family, and you can't take everybody with you.
Okay.
I don't think she did the due diligence up front to make sure she had an actual CFO. Like, I think these are just friends and family. And now she's learning from that, and now she has the right team on her side. But I still don't get why, again, I would tell my husband these things.
Okay. Same. When I was watching it, because a lot of people were trying to say there's something wrong with the husband, but he seemed to be, I mean, especially in the last episode, or not last one, the one last week, he seemed to be very much behind her and also frustrated with her not telling him things.
Yeah, he didn't seem to want this in the public eye.
He didn't want it in the public eye. And it also makes him look, like, I'm married to you. What do you, I mean, do you know what that makes a man look like when you're not asking for help? Everybody's going to assume it's him. And so I get that part. Okay. So yeah. How do you like her on the show?
It's very much giving I'm Yovana from Clark Atlanta. You know that bitch. That's what it's giving. for me, she's like, he's asking her, she's like, I was already popular. It's just humble yourself a little bit, in my opinion. I'm not sold on her on
Oh,
this show yet.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The back and forth with Angela, I slid out my chair laughing. Okay, that was hilarious. I loved that, but yeah, it's like
She
humble yourself a
said
bit.
a lot. And I know that she was a producer on one of the messiest shows ever. Is it Maury Povich?
Yes.
But I'm like, girl, like, if you could just calm it down just a little bit. She does have a lot of just bulked up energy. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's see, Pinky has a lot of masculine energy in a negative way.
I
Okay.
can see that. I agree with that, and maybe why she didn't tell her husband too is that masculine energy. And just even online, since the news started breaking about her bankruptcies and everything, something comes out, she's doing these like
Video.
Miss Rachel parodies. It's like enough. It was cool the first one you did, but to keep doing it and think you teaching me something through that, it's like, girl, get out the overalls and
Yeah.
and tell your husband what's going on.
After that scene with her and Angela, she posted another one. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh yeah, she did a whole wife in the basement. All she was missing was like R. Kelly music. But I was like, girl, this can't happen. If you didn't get it out in the scene, you gotta let it go.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because I don't know, I felt like you realized you were getting cooked a little bit. I know people are saying she was holding her own. If she felt like she was holding her own, she wouldn't have tried to walk out twice. And then she did
Right.
walk out when K Michelle came out, and that gave her her exit. But yeah. So what did you think about the crazy little back and forth between her and Angela?
I was just annoyed with Pinky from the beginning of her trying to push this. Everyone's upset. Their room was dirty. Like, I was annoyed about that whole situation, because if you could sit by the pool, you still got to film. You could have came up to the dinner table, because they eventually came up there anyway to be nosy once the back and forth started. And it did seem like she took what Angela said wrong and went left with it. And that's what Angela said. Oh, that's your insecurity, because that's not even what I said. But I mean, just the pure comedy of it, I enjoyed it. I just feel like Atlanta is delivering the comedy this season for me. I look at them way different than Rhode Island. I really do. I just feel like they're in two different lanes,
They
and
are.
I enjoy the shade and the fun and the comedy that they're bringing. But yeah, I was Team Angela. It was a landslide voting on my threads. Everybody said Angela won. Angela won for me. But yeah, it was just annoying, her being their spokesperson. We don't need spokespeople here. We need everybody to hold their own.
Agreed. There's for me, even though I do love this season so far, was that the fifth episode? I think it was the fifth episode.
Fifth or fourth, yeah.
There's two different shows going on. There's two different groups, right? There's a more elevated group, which is
Yeah,
Portia.
fifth episode.
Huh? It was fifth.
Fifth, yeah.
Portia, Cynthia, even Drew. Drew is so different this season. I like her this season, and I usually have a hard time with Drew because Drew is typically the Kelly of the group. I don't
She's
know.
still lying though. She's still lying though, but I like her.
She's still lying, but she's more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? She's not giving that, I don't know, annoying kid sister energy. But they just seem so much more elevated. Even Angela, she's already integrated in the group. Unfortunately, Shamia, Kelly, and even K Michelle, they are rocking it at the bottom for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling K Michelle this season.
Yeah.
And I know I know Andy Cohen loved her. He's like, she tested so well. But I'm like, I don't know if I'm liking her so far.
Yeah, she can't seem to let go of everyone thinking she doesn't belong on the show. She's arguing with fans after every episode online. Just come and be. you know? And I was even shocked the way she went online to call Portia a bimbo. Like, I guess I'm so used to jump a gate and fight a bitch loving hip hop. Okay, Michelle, that I expected her to confront everyone head on, not go talk about them online and then sit down with them. That was a bit shocking to me. But yeah, I'm not sold either. I'm not sold on K Michelle for that reason of just you can't argue with the fans every single week. Like that's gonna be exhausting for you.
Right.
And she didn't seem engaged in the dinner. Nothing was wrong with her glam. I get it, you want to, but nothing was wrong with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Making decisions this early into the season that you're not going to participate with the group, and yet that's your first day, babe. Get your butt down there. And why would you come down in your robe? If you came down in your robe, you might as well just came down, period.
Right.
Goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. At this point, I think K Michelle is a big name. Also, the other thing is, what did she say about her husband? She says she didn't sign a prenup.
Right.
She
Scary.
believes that, right. I didn't sign a prenup. This is someone who's she seems to be very, very smart, correct? Or at least she wants people to think it. She's calling everybody dumb. Everybody's a bimbo. Everybody's a this. And then you put yourself in a space where you're like, a man that I think is going to cheat on me because you said you didn't think he'd be faithful. What do you want from us? At this point, I went, girl, what do you want from me? What do you want? How do
Right.
you want me to view you on the show now? So I don't know. I wanted to like her, but I feel like she's uncomfortable with those women.
Yeah, she cracks a few jokes in her confessionals that I laugh at, but is she meshing with the women?
No.
She kind of gives that energy of I'm above this group at times. So I same with how I feel with Pinky. Like you gotta humble yourself a little bit. And you have to interact with the group. I know she can do so much more shading than what she is
Right.
doing. And I really want to see her interact. Don't be a Mary Cosby, like get in there and interact. But yeah, and those are my bottom. It would be Kelly is one of my bottoms just because she don't have the same energy in her confessionals that she do in everybody's face. She has yet to call Portia Horsher to her
Wash
face.
your face. Exactly.
Right.
Look, look,
Always.
she said it when she had told Shamia that. Shamia said, "Did you say that to her face?" And she went,
Exactly.
"Don't do that, friend." I said, "No, she didn't."
Because Shamia, no.
The second she said it, I went, "Shamia, why didn't you warn that girl before she even said it on camera? Because now we have to see." But yes, that was funny. I actually like that. Shamia does know. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, you said that Kelly's at at the bottom.
Kelly K. Michelle and Shamia is at the bottom for me.
Same.
Shamia, she's always give this energy. I don't feel like we're getting to really know who Shamia is. She gives us what she thinks we want to see. Hence the changing and the dressing with all of the labels and everything has to say Prada, Versace, Dior, because she thinks that's what we want to see. Always like putting on a show. It's always a song and a dance. It's always, shucking and jiving. And like even when she's on her social media, she's giving us a personality that she thinks we want to see. No, we want to understand why your husband is on camera acting like he don't like you. You don't have to film with him. We good. There's a lot of housewives that don't film with their husband. Don't force him on us and don't force the cameras on him. Like it's making me look
Girl,
at that dynamic different.
girl, I said the same thing the other week. I went, he's not shy. He don't like her. Yes, no, yes. I was like, what's wrong
He's focused on having a son. And
with you?
if that's what it is, then take us through that journey. Cause I think he's putting some real pressure on her. Like, why you out here trying to import peaches to Grenada?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
trying to have a son. Why you trying to open up a rum business out of nowhere? I think there's a storyline there that would give her more context and depth than what she's trying to show us.
I agree. I agree. I said the same thing. I went, you guys are as different as night and day. You have a man who is, and the fact that you didn't follow his instruction, like he's telling you, you brought him in to have this conversation. And he was so angry that when he hung up, he said, I got to make a call. I'm out of this. I'm not even doing this anymore. And I went, you don't, I mean, we know what that was. It was girl. And I know you're going to do it anyway. And you ran down and you were so mad at the person you even brought on. Who was it? Somebody she met online to be a part of that meeting with the crew and
Mhm.
and he said this would be a huge expense to take those doggone peaches in from out of Atlanta over there. And she gave him this look like, don't make me look stupid. And I'm like,
Too
"Sis,
late.
oh, now I know that there's big, maybe Gerald was right. If you don't leave that man's money alone."
Yeah, he already, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna end up bad for you if you keep choosing to be on this show over your marriage. Like, I really want her to think about that. We've seen this go wrong a whole lot of times. He's investing. That's PK and Dorit energy. He's investing in your music career, your acting career. He's giving, and now you're getting this momentum behind you. Things will go left real quick. I'm trying to tell you, Shamia, it ain't even worth it because half the people don't even like you. So is it worth it? I don't know.
And she knew that first season, her first run through.
Mm-hmm.
People have these high hopes, and then you came and did this whole apology that didn't even land. Girl, the apology didn't even land. So when you have all of that, and then you bring that same energy back, and then it looks like she's going to completely tear a hole in Portia. And as much as people don't like Portia, people love Portia. You know what I mean? Like,
Love her.
love her. So you got to be real strategic about how you take down a Portia, even if
Yeah.
you're her good friend or you
Right.
see her good friend, because nobody's going to like you. And I mean, after her first season on Sweet 16, I was like, you don't see how this is coming across for you when Portia was begging you, please don't do this, Shamia.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a reason why I don't believe this is the same production team, but there's a reason why Shamia has been a friend of in the background for all this time. Like there is same thing with Marlo. There's a reason why she was a friend of all this time. Like when that happens, it's hard to transition into a full-time housewife. I was looking at the marathon they played this past weekend of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like she was on way back when Candy was trying to open OLG. This is
Yeah,
a friend at the soft launch opening of that. Like there's a reason for that.
there's a reason for that. Agree, girl. And I agree with everything you said, child. Everything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out for her. And I hope that this doesn't mess up her marriage, but I also think that her marriage isn't that solid.
Yeah, after that scene of her like you don't want to come to Dallas to the gala with me, he was like,
Oh,
no. I was like, oh
right. Don't you like the spread? Isn't my beautiful?
no,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, I'm so embarrassed for you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, from the first episode, I did not even believe that his plane got rerouted to Charlotte. That man did not want to go to that dinner with you.
if Gerald and Shamia are nothing else, at least give us the impression y'all be having hot sex or something later. Y'all don't look like y'all do nothing. Okay. Like
He's
that,
just there for his kids.
he's just someplace else. Yeah. And the way she was flirting with the other guy, even that was tacky. Did you think she was flirting
With
with the
who?
with that financial advisor at that when he came to the table and she stood up and she was like, do a silhouette of my butt as a peach. I was like, girl, you don't sit your booty down. That's too
It's gonna
much.
end bad. It's gonna end bad. I'm telling you, like you've been a kept woman for a very long time. Just be that. Like, just be that.
Okay. All right. Okay. We done talked about Shamia. K Michelle and Portia, Pinky and Angela. Who's the last one? Drew Sidora and Black.
She lying, Diane. She lying.
So Black is supposedly a multi-millionaire.
He's a hookah tycoon, ain't he? He in the hookah business.
a hookah tycoon. I said, you know you got some money when you walk into no shoes, no shirt, no service establishment, and your whole entire chest is out. Like, baby, I listen. We After we leave here, as soon as we get in the car, I'm already there. I was like, damn. But yes, we know that this man has a lot of money. We know Drew needs money. At least that's what she said.
She do. She gotta get out that man house by the end of this month.
By the end of the month, he liked her enough to stay on the phone for 3 hours, and he told her, "I'm not doing this for my health. Like, I'm expecting us to get to that next level." He made it seem like he wanted to marry her. Do you believe that, or you think that was for TV?
I was here for the date until the hookah box came to the table with the billboard across the hookah box. I said, I've never even seen no mess like that before. I said, this is giving advertisement to me. I don't know.
This is a transactional relationship.
Yeah, I mean, but he been talking to her for a minute, so I could be wrong, but we don't know that because Drew too busy lying to us, talking about like who in their right mind says, yeah, we're still in the same place. We had dinner. We did not kiss. You might as well tell me you kissed. What was that? Why was that the first thing you told us?
I don't know why she's doing that. When she literally in the this episode before that, she said, "We do everything. He's the man on the phone. We do everything." Then she tells Portia that, "Oh, you trying to be like me, dating a woman?" So I was like, thank God Drew is being more open this season. But then she literally reverses it. So I don't know. She has a lot of religious guilt.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I thought he might be genuine until the hookah box came to the dinner table. Like, where does that come? I know Atlanta is a different place and they have hookah everywhere. I heard they even got hookah at the nail shops. But when that hookah box came, I said, yeah, I don't know what to think now.
I'm an Atlanta transplant and I can confirm hookah is everywhere. Okay. At the damn farmer's market. You trying to get some
what?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's no getting around it. They'll make a hookah love out of you. But yeah, I agree. I like Drew. I like Drew more this season than I did last season because before I was just like Drew gets on my nerves. But this season she seems a little more relaxed, even though we're still early and I have to see how her and K Michelle play. And I guess they're gonna be fighting over Black, correct? Have you heard?
I don't know if it's over. It might be over Black because, Kay has done a lot of interviews saying that it's not over what we think it is. It's not over the singing or who's a better singer. It's not. She said that's what Drew would hope it would be about. So it might be over this whole Black and her DM situation, but it goes left. And then just listening to Portia's interview with Carlos King that she did recently, she said that she doesn't think that things are going to play out for K Michelle the way she think it is. Like Portia seems to think that we not going to be feeling K Michelle by the end of this season. So I'm seated to see what it is, but is it something over Black could be that explosive that we doing interviews and shading each other down like this? What is
When Portia brought Black up last season, it was very much a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
And even though everybody was like, I'm on Drew's side, I was like, Drew has a thing with this guy because you can tell just by how she was trying to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Tells producers, I've had a man in the basement for 3 years. So yes, I'm dating. I'm going to admit it. So when she said that, I was like, well, then you should have admitted it then too.
Yeah, when you was using them 3,000 anytime minutes with Ty, because it's giving that same energy. That's why I can't believe her. The same things you said about Ty, that we just friends. She's there for me. The same things you were saying about Ty, the same thing you're saying about Black. So why would I believe you now?
That's true. That's 1,000% true. Okay, so you got any juicy tea on Ralph and old girl?
Oh yeah, I mean, Drew is set to. She has to move out of the house at the end of May. She tried to go back to court and fight that. She told the judge that she would be homeless, and so would her oldest son be homeless if she moved out. But I think Drew lies about her finances. Number one, that's just my thoughts. I'm alleging that, but she put down that she makes about 12,000 a year versus Ralph, who, don't get it wrong, y'all, Ralph has a really good job.
Wait a minute. She said she makes 12,000 a year or a month.
Oh, I'm sorry, 12,000 a month. 12,000 a month.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, 12,000 a month versus him making about 27,000 a month. And their mortgage is around 8,000. But 12,000 a month is still enough to get you a home. I think Drew is looking to get a home like she's already in. She wants a mansion. She doesn't want to go to a small house or to an apartment. But yeah, it's pretty much Uno reverse at this point, where she had full custody of the children, which I think she was holding on to the full custody, hoping that she could stay in the home, and Ralph would have to get out and pay her some alimony and child support. But the thing is, Drew was so stuck in her ways of trying to win with Ralph that she had the full custody, and the children were late to school almost up to 30 times each child that she shares with Ralph. So also she had court ordered counseling that she was supposed to take the children to, and she was missing the counseling, so much so that the counselor wrote a warning and was looking to remove her from the program. So this is what reversed it, where now Ralph has full custody and she has to get out of the home. She can't even go down in the basement. She can't even work that out. And I know a lot of people saying, well, if the children was late to school and Ralph was in the basement, why wouldn't he just get up and help them? Because now, until she leaves, he has permission to go upstairs and get them ready for school until she has to leave. But Ralph couldn't do that before.
Right.
He was ordered to stay in the basement. Yeah. So
I said the same thing. I was like, that's a legal thing. He couldn't, or she could basically file and say he's not following instructions. That's horrible. So is he is the majority of his salary every month her money as a manager fee?
No, Ralph has a great job. Like, he works for Johnson & Johnson selling medical equipment. He's been doing it for a very long time. He has a great salary. Y'all check out his LinkedIn. He got a whole LinkedIn, but
he's also manages other people outside of Drew, correct? Or he was?
Like he was, but that's not his main money, is from his career. And then he was getting money, a percentage from Drew, but that's part of their divorce, where he's accusing Drew and her lawyer of basically the LLC that she had, like Drew Sidora LLC, that was paying him a percentage. She dissolved that LLC, which you're not supposed to do when you're going through a divorce. Everything is frozen. You can't be dissolving assets.
Drew dissolved it?
Mm-hmm. And she opened 2 new LLCs in different states, like one in California that's like Drew Sidora International, and another one. And she started funneling her money from, because he was getting percentage of everything: movies, the Tubi movies, the alien killing her, all of it, the music. And she started funneling it through 2 new LLCs. So he's accusing her of doing that in the divorce. It's messy. It really, really is. But also, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Drew, I even saw in the divorce papers where she at times has collected unemployment when she's not filming. So it's like, listen, she's a few seasons in. You're doing the movies, you're doing the music. I just don't know if I trust that I only make $12,000 a month. So the judge was not here for it. She still has to get out by the end of May, even though she tried to say her son, her oldest son that she shares with, someone else, would be homeless too. The oldest son doesn't technically have to change his address or leave, and that would only be if Ralph wanted him to. Yeah, he's still a minor. He does not have to leave with Drew if Ralph is okay with him staying, which I think Ralph is. I know Ralph gets a bad rap, but he's really a good dad. Maybe not the best husband, but he's a good dad. I mean, you see him, he's with the kids, at least from a social media standpoint. He's at after school activities. He took them all out of the country for spring break. He is always there with them. And not to say that Drew is a bad mom. I just think she's traveling, she's working. So why wouldn't you? So you didn't lose full custody and your chance to get money and stay in that house. Why wouldn't you work out with something with him where he could come upstairs and get them ready for school? Why would you do that? Just to
I said that too because they were cooking dinner or something for like the holidays, right? They were together, and
ironically, wasn't that last Memorial Day and now she got to get out?
I think so. Because I said, baby, weren't y'all literally making steaks and you were saying he was a good cook? I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe y'all trying to get some other things going on.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I hope, Andy, get the camera up because I want to see her moving out.
You do? Ooh.
Yeah. I want to see her moving out and where she going, honey.
This is the type of stuff that takes you to a whole new level of growing up, because losing your children, that's some wild stuff. So, and now she can only see them on the weekend.
Yeah, she can only see them on the weekends. He has full physical custody. They have joint legal custody. So she's still able to make decisions about, like healthcare, things like that, schools to go to. But he now has sole physical custody. Yeah. It could change again before the divorce is final, but I don't see it going in her favor. The judge is like fed up with her.
That's sad. I'm curious if because that's going to be such a transition for her older son as well. I'm curious if she's going to let him stay there, if that was a choice to do, because uprooting him, I mean, he's going to want to stay with his siblings.
Yeah. I'm curious to see that too.
Wow, that's crazy. This is real life, though. I would like to see this as a part of her storyline, and I think that's probably what her mother was probably saying to her when she broke down crying and basically made her mother shut up when she was like, them kids is messed up, girl." She was like, oh. I was like, "Oh, what's going on? Why are you crying like that, Drew?
You ain't getting them to counseling." That's what she was trying to say. You need to get them to counseling.
Good Lord. Anyway, well, those are my subjects, child. Did you have anything you would like to add?
I just want to say thank you, Dyana, for reaching out. It was uplifting to just hear you say you enjoy the content, and likewise, I really appreciate that. It was a week. I was actually trying to do an interview with somebody on one of the shows we were talking about, and they taking me through a little bit of a rigmarole, and I was a little down. So when you reached out, just know it was at the right time, and I appreciate that. I really, really do.
Well, I'm very happy that you, of all people, would want to come on my channel, child. Not that I'm a messy person or anything, but I said, Miss Vanessa is where I want to be.
Thank you so much. And likewise, I appreciate it.
Content creator, and I do appreciate it. And I hope you come back.
Yes, I would love to come back. And I would love to have you on my channel too, so we can cut up some more. Anytime.
Okay, girlfriend. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of y'all for coming over and hanging out with us this Tuesday evening, Cinco de Mayo. Okay. And listen, anytime I can talk to someone who loves Lavamere Huntsville like I do.
It's a win-win, right?
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, I'm the only one. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But I appreciate you for coming over, Vanessa. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right, guys. Let's see. Thanks, y'all. Make sure you follow my girl. Her channel is Reality Recap, and she has a YouTube channel, all of the platforms. Okay, follow her on all platforms. IG be bumping. Okay. All right, guys, thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with us today. We truly appreciate you. Hit the like button, share the video, please, and thank you. Follow me on all platforms as well. And until the next time, bye-bye.